Hiya, I'm Rhonda.
Hiya, I'm Angie.
And we are Adventures in Nomadness on day 20 of our Scotland trip.
And day 8 of the West Highland Way massive hike we're doing. All right, well,
it's the morning and it's really breezy, so quite a change from yesterday.
Yeah, we got a challenge, I think, today. So we're going from Kingshouse to Kinlochleven. Short day of only about 8.5, 9 miles, but the wind is howling today. A forecast for 20 mile an hour plus, and it's debatable on how much it's going to rain. So it does drop to 20% chance of rain, but it's blowing pretty good right now. And we're going to be very exposed. There's no shelters or wind breaks or anything like that along the way. So it's going to be a different day than yesterday.
And we ate we were required to eat, not in the restaurant with the rest of the people staying in the hotel, but the
way in, which is kind of the hiker bar, the walker bar.
And they gave you two options: the vegetarian meal or the
which probably would have been
Scottish
better.
plate. And it got served to us, and I mean cold. It
was disgusting.
Like ice cold food.
Yeah, it's not made to order. It's all pre-ordered.
We sat down. We sat down after we got our coffee, and the plates arrived. And the plates themselves are lukewarm. The eggs are ice cold. The bacon was ice cold. The mushrooms were ice cold. It was all ice cold.
It was pretty gross. So if you're gonna stay, I would actually recommend staying at Glencoe Mountain Resort versus here. If you want to splurge on a room, I'm sure it's really nice, but it's going to cost you 200 to 300 pounds a night to stay in the hotel. The bunkhouse was perfectly fine. It was $35 for each of us, so 70 total. We did have our own room. The food in the bar was actually decent at yesterday evening, but breakfast, man, bring your own breakfast or stay at Glencoe. Wow, it's been quite a windy, stormy, gnarly day. It's the first chance we've had to really pull out our microphone. It's just been so rainy today. It was gorgeous, but we had probably some of the worst weather of the whole trip, other than day one. Day one was pretty rainy the whole day.
Yeah.
But at one point I think we felt like we had gale force winds of, I don't know, 40 miles an hour up there, because we couldn't hardly stand up. It was kind of pushing us around. So we're almost into Kinlochleven, where we're going to stay at a B&B tonight, and this last little track is on a road, so it's kind of, it was straight downhill. My ankle doesn't like that so much. How are you doing today?
Great. Yeah, a little tired, but I think it's all that wind and the lack of a good breakfast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, an update on that though. So when I went to the front desk, I told them about, well, I asked them, I said, so, you know, only guests from the hotel can eat at the restaurant? And she's like, no. I said, well, I was told that since we were staying in the bunkhouse that we couldn't eat there. And I'm not sure she totally caught what I was saying. She's like, oh, it's just that price difference, you know, it's $16.95 for breakfast on the full buffet in the restaurant versus the $10 in the Walker's bar. And I said, so if I'd wanted to, I could have eaten in the restaurant? She said, if I wanted to pay the $16.95? She goes, yeah, anybody can have breakfast. And I said, well, we were actually told that we could not have breakfast in there. She was so appalled, so apologetic. And then when I told her that the breakfast that we did have was absolutely disgusting, and the eggs were ice cold, and the other food was cold, her and her mate at the reception were both just like, what? Anyway, she was so disgusted and appalled that she went and got a manager, told the manager what happened, and then she had the manager come out and speak with us, and they were both really awesome. They refunded our money for breakfast and apologized profusely and said they would work to rectify the situation as soon as possible. She says, yeah, anybody can eat in the restaurant. It's not, they don't class that out by, you can't eat here because you're a hiker.
No, it was more like if you don't have a room.
Yeah, you can't eat here if you have a room. And it's kind of a remote hotel, so people driving past, if they want to come in and have breakfast, they can come in and have breakfast. They have enough rooms there at this hotel that, you know, it's not like it's this really small kitchen and they're kind of limited. So they're pretty full every single night, at least during the summer months, so they can't really have that as an excuse either. Anyway, that's not where they're going. The customer service and fixing it was awesome. So that's all I've got to say about that. And we're in a B&B tonight, so hopefully we'll have a decent breakfast before our 15 miles, our last push tomorrow. 15 miles. Okay, this is the nicest room we've had. It is gorgeous. I don't want to leave to go do 15 miles tomorrow. This is a really nice room. Wow.
And the host is Pauline?
Pauline?
Oh.
Pauline. Yeah, they've kind of another B&B that's thought of everything. Really cool. There's a guy climbing there right now. And I've heard of places like this, but I've never actually seen them. So we have a couple of rock walls over here, and then an indoor ice climbing wall. And it's all cold and actual ice and refrigerated in there. It's super cool. And they have a really good, so this is called the Ice Factor, and they've got really good lattes, cakes, goodies, scones, pretty good menu. We might come back here later on. Beer, wine, cider.
What would you give it from between a 1 and a 10 on your latte?
A solid 9. I don't know what would make a 10. It was pretty good. On this trip, as far as on the West Highland Way, it's up there for sure.
My mocha was definitely
Rhonda's pretty
very good.
Extra mocha picky, but
I am, but I haven't hardly had any good ones.
And it's okay because that's part of travel.
It is.
You take it and leave it sometimes.
At least it was
Better than our
hot.
breakfast this morning.
At least it was hot, which is a lot more I can say for the breakfast this
She
morning.
took a picture of our breakfast this morning. I just about wanted to laugh all over again.